Welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 27th of July for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, please check out beneath this video where you can tune in to the daily astrology and tarot video show, which is proving great fun, and you can grab your free daily written horoscope every single day. Or you can chat with me direct on Twitter at Horoscope Ace. This week begins with a passionate quarter moon in the sign of Scorpio, which is about desire. The sun is in the very warm-hearted and loving sign of Leo. So if there is any politics around a relationship, and it doesn't have to be purely a romantic tie, but if there's any possessiveness, control, jealousy, trust issues, maybe they do need to be looked at this week. Now also this week, Mars is in a square with Jupiter from Wednesday through to the end of the week. Now this is one of those influences which kind of makes it a little bit difficult for us to know our boundaries, because Mars is in its own sign of Aries, which is about initiating things, and Jupiter's in the part of the Zodiac which is very much to do with responsibilities and obligations. So if we do decide to do something in a bit more of a dash and try to inject extra energy and verve, we just need to be aware if it's appropriate for that particular situation. Also, towards the end of this week, the Sun is clashing with Uranus. This can make us impulsive, restless, particularly with our resources. Perhaps this could see us spend some money on something that suddenly we get the desire for. But equally, we may ask ourselves the question, should we splash out unless it's something that we absolutely essentially need in a more practical context? Also, this can be a time not to be too generous to someone we love just because we want to spoil them. Sometimes we have to remind people to take responsibility for their own affairs. Now, as this week draws to a close, a full moon in the sign of Aquarius is going to open up the next 7-day period. So it is important to be mindful of that square between Uranus and the Sun, because it is going to feature in next week's full moon. But it's the opposition between Mercury and Saturn which really catches my eye as the week draws to a close. And that could be a sort of sense of limitation. Maybe we're going to encounter someone who's not as sensitive to our situation, especially if we try to open up as we might like. So just watch out for someone who could be a bit cool, a bit snappy, or if we feel a bit more tense in ourselves. Your specific forecast, Virgo, shows your ruling planet Mercury in conflict as this week draws to a close with Saturn, the planet of restriction. Is this about time management? Do various people want different elements of you? Because there's part of you this week that wants to be a real free spirit with Mercury in opposition to Jupiter, and that can boost your enthusiasm, give you a desire to expand your knowledge or do something more active. But then by the end of the week, there could be voices speaking up to saying, well, why haven't you done this, or where have you been? And you know the old saying, we can't keep all of the people happy all of the time. But the Sun does remain in a very sensitive location for you, and it is clashing with the Moon at the start of this week. So gossip or white noise can sort of surround you and can get into you and affect your peace of mind. Now, there's also a clash between Jupiter and Mars, which, if there is someone that you really are strongly drawn towards, this could be a kind of spark point, a trigger that actually sees you both do get together and have a date and enjoy spending some time together. But equally, it can see a battle of wills in an existing relationship if your credo isn't matching with someone you're involved with. And Mars being in this location is very guttural. It's to the point. It's wanting you to get what you really need at a deep level. So for example, if the intimate part of a close relationship isn't working very well, you could feel really frustrated by that, and that can sort of like cause a sense of ill-ease and feeling a bit low, to be honest. However, there is a chance to transform things as this week draws to a close. Mercury is going to be moving. Generally, it has been in a very sociable sector, but I think now it's asking you to be a bit more selective about who you spend time with. And with the Sun clashing with Uranus in the second half of this week, yeah, perhaps you do need to liberate yourself. Maybe it's liberation from past guilt or past conditioning that's been implanted in your subconscious without, up until now, you've been quite aware of. So you could feel a bit on edge in the second half of this week, but there is an opportunity to rinse out some toxic influences or some conditioning or ideas which are not really serving your purpose. So this continues to be a time that's very profound, and it can transform itself, but yeah, stand your ground where you feel your voice is not being heard. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for having joined me. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace serious astrology, please check out my affordable range of astrology reports beneath this video. You can get 30% off on a 12-month forecast and a character analysis, or check out the testimonials for myself if you would like to have a one-to-one personal consultation. Thank you.